13 journalists, comprised of 13 males and 3 females, from South Sudan have concluded 2 weeks media training on protection of freedom of expression and access to information from 28th January to 8th February 2024. While in Tokyo, the journalists received series of lectures from the world experts on elections, disaster, and media literacy. In the same week, the journalists were taken to Hiroshima city that was devastated during the Second World War. The aim was to allow them to inspect the remnants of the Second World War on the people of Japan, including the transformation made after the destruction. This would help journalists to focus much attention on educating the world about the importance of peace and discourage the use of devastating nuclear weapons.
The training really is a reminder how we can be really reporting independently. As one of the copy editors, I'll be now mindful when I'm editing a script, how I should really differentiate between fake news and facts, at hand. So now it is a matter of differentiating fake news, disinformation, misinformation. So my role is really to go back to the country and apply the knowledge that I have acquired, in sense that the country is gearing towards election. We need really prepared mind to go and inform people about the elections so that people of South Sudan can vote fairly and freely and credibly.
The team also inspected Atomic Dome, Face Park, Mausoleum, and NHK studios, as well as attending Japanese Broadcasting Corporation meeting.
This training on freedom of expression and access to information as an eye-opener for the journalists who came from South Sudan. We learned how we can cover the election. As you know, South Sudan is heading toward the first ever election. This training is crucial that we know how the Japanese Broadcasting Corporation, NHK, has been doing this coverage. Also, we learn about the disaster reporting, which is one of the key things in South Sudan. As you know, South Sudan has faced several disasters, including the flooding. So when we report on these things, we consider the victim of those disasters, how they can be valued when you report on the issues.
In the second week, the journalists received trainings on the comparison of government systems, social documentary production, and visiting NHK archives in Kawaguchi to explore the history of Japanese. After the training, JICA awarded the participants with certificates.
JICA for bringing us here and giving us this very wonderful lesson that we've learned. I would also like to thank NHK for this partnership and the training that they've provided us, showing us their facilities and a lot of things that we've learned. As I said at one point, that seeing is normally a better way of learning than when you're being told from somewhere else. So we've learned a lot, and we are taking with us a lot of knowledge. Sometimes you as JICA and NHK, when you're in Juba or in South Sudan, you face some resistance, some difficulties. This is the nature of our country at the moment. What I would like to ask is that don't give up on us, because in as much as we have those resistance and difficulties, changes are happening to a smaller extent, but we believe that eventually the change that we want will happen. But if you give up on us, then everything will fall apart. I also would like to appreciate the way the training has been done this time. As an organization, this is not the first time that our members are attending the training, but this time it is very nice that it has been expanded to include people from the states. And I would like to appreciate that initiative, because we believe that JICA should help the entire media sector in the country.
In the final day, JICA and NHK staff organized a farewell dinner for the journalist.
Our cooperation in media sector or journalism is positioned as a contribution to the achievement of the SDG Goal 16, Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. SDG Goal 16, target number 10, ensure public access to information and protect fundamental freedoms is of particular importance of us. South Sudan and Japan have been cooperating in the media sector for more than a decade. From your comments and presentations, we understand the challenging situation of the journalists in South Sudan. And we are honored and proud to have been able to work together with the journalists and other related organizations in South Sudan who are fighting so hard to protect the fundamental freedoms through ensuring public access to accurate, fair, and unbiased information.
To know about what happened in Hiroshima at the end of the World War II and what atomic bombings, and also the opportunity to think about war and peace relating to your situation back home in South Sudan, to contribute to your future South Sudan.
As South Sudan gears towards elections scheduled for December 2024, the focus of the training was centered much on educating and empowering journalists to understand their role in informing and educating South Sudanese on the key issues regarding the elections. Daniel Marengwek, SSBC News, Tokyo, Japan.